Good afternoon, choir, and happy Friday. I'm looking forward to being with you soon enough. But as for your time today, there's more officer business to be taken care of and to get started with. First of all, congratulations to those who were nominated and elected as president and treasurer. Because I'm making this video before that happened, I don't know who they are, but I will find out soon enough. Congratulations. As for what you're going to do for the rest of this period, you are going to form your class committees. This is something that I've actually been thinking about for the past few years and have kind of waited until the time was right to instate it. And what will happen is all of you will get together with those in your graduating class. So the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, the seniors. Every single class will be responsible for planning a special part of the choir's programming. And what we'll do is we'll take a day every so often, or part of a day every so often, for you to continue working on that planning. Within each one of the classes, in order to facilitate and make sure that the planning is going smoothly, I'd like each class to elect a committee chairperson and then also a secretary treasurer who will oversee just the organizational aspects and keeping track of finances that might be related to your project. So today what you will do first is to get together in those classes and then elect a chairperson and a secretary treasurer, and then use the rest of today's class period to discuss the steps forward that your class committee might be able to take on your assigned task. And those tasks are every freshman class coming in. My hope and desire is that you will brainstorm on and do research on and come up with a proposal for bringing in a guest artist to work with the choirs. Many of you were around when last fall we had Abel Dlamini from South Africa come in and do several different workshops and master classes with the choirs on South African music. And it was a very cool experience. And so my hope is that we can continue bringing in someone every year. And those of you who are in that freshman role now, the idea is that this guest artist will come in during your senior year. So you literally have this entire first year to choose who that person will be, and then hopefully get in touch with the agency that takes care of their booking. And of course I will help you with all of that. And then you have the next 2 years to actually plan for what that person's residency with us will look like, and what you want to get out of that, and how we can design that experience in accordance with what your hope is. Some of you are thinking, well, is it always going to be an artist from Africa? Because I know that SADS is kind of into that. No, I'm not necessarily looking for that at all. Actually, that would be very difficult to in terms of all the visa paperwork and everything to do that on a regular basis. However, I just want it to be something different every single year. So I would be happy to bring in an a cappella group from Bucknell University, which would be super easy compared to the flights and everything that that Abel involved. However, I don't want an a cappella group every single year, year after year after year. I'd love to have something different. They can absolutely be domestic artists that are in this area, but artists that would bring something in terms of ensemble singing, part singing, choral singing, something that they could share with us in that aspect. You can start talking about it today. If you're looking for suggestions of artists, that's something that we can work together on as the year moves forward. Sophomores, your task is to plan next year's college exchange visit. That is akin to the date that's already on our syllabus, October 19, when we're going to be going to Lycoming College. So the one, basically I've planned this one for this year. That's going to include us going, working with the choirs there, sitting in on some classes, and then actually having a performance that evening with the Lycoming College choirs. I'd like to do it again, a visit like this. I think it's awesome for you to get the chance to see and hear and work with and meet students who are singing in college. And so the plan for that would be to do that also in the fall, in October sometime. The actual events within the visit don't have to be exactly like this one for Lycoming College, but there are other colleges in the area that we could potentially do Lycoming again, or if we enjoyed our time there, or we could also try and make some connections with another professor from, let's say, Mansfield or Bucknell or Susquehanna, Bloomsburg, and do something similar at another school. So, and again, I have the connections with the professors there and can help you make those. We kind of first start talking about where you might like to go and what you might like to do there, and then we'll actually start making the connections later in the year, and I'll help you with all of that. Juniors, your task is to take part in planning for the repertoire of the choir for your senior year. So where that conversation could start, for example, for today, is concert themes. I basically have all of our repertoire for the entire year, for the most part, planned out. For example, our theme for our spring concert this year is darkness and light, and so all of our pieces and songs that we're going to be singing tie into that concept in some way or another. Our music in our schools concert in March is going to be, the theme is epic, so all of the music is kind of epic sounding, or from an epic movie or an epic video game or something like that, and so all the music ties in to itself in that way. Think about our all district concert last year. The theme was Wizard of Oz, which of course was very specific because of us doing that for the musical that year. But kind of the themes that are a little bit more conceptual rather than very specific are probably a good way to go, because it leaves you open. And then again, as we work through the school year, what we'll do is I'll provide you with lots of potential pieces that could be put together in a program, and then I will be looking for you to give me somewhat of a proposal to say, this is basically the program that we would like to do as our spring concert for the senior year, and then if we get that one done, then maybe we work into some other concerts as well. Seniors, your task is to plan some recruiting and celebratory events for the choir for this year. Specifically, in March, we have the chance to interact a lot with the 7th and 8th grade choir, because we do the Music in the Schools Month concert with them. And that's kind of a critical time, because they are also looking to do their scheduling at that point. You as seniors are ones who they look up to a lot, because you are the top dogs in the school and the leadership of the choir, and so you have the chance to really make a lasting impact on the ensemble by helping the new members for next year kind of form relationships with people in the choir as they look into what their high school experience is going to be like. So March is a ways off, but it's not too soon to start thinking about some kind of fun things that we could do to make the 8th graders feel welcome when we do that. And perhaps we try and do something where we have some high schoolers show up at a 7th and 8th grade choir rehearsal sometime in the first semester as well. And then at the end of the year, and you don't need to necessarily start talking about it now, but at the end of the year, I'd like to have some type of celebratory social function that you will help plan for the end of that. So those are the 4 tasks: freshmen, guest artist, sophomores, college visit, juniors, next year's repertoire, and seniors, recruiting and celebrating. You get together today to to elect your chairperson and your secretary/treasurer, and then you can begin a discussion. And secretary/treasurer, what I would recommend actually is you opening up a Google Doc that you can share with the other people in your class committee, and just kind of keep track of some notes and some ideas that come about as you are discussing. So enjoy the rest of this class period. Enjoy brainstorming with one another. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. And you might see me at some point popping in next week, and for good the week after that. Okay. Cheers.